What is going on, everybody, and welcome to our final semi-final round of our March Madness Bourbon Bracket Single Barrel Edition. Tonight we have a fan favorite in Russell's Reserve Single Barrel versus what you'll argue with your friends and family about in Blanton's Single Barrel. These two are going to go head-to-head to see who's going to take on Jack Daniel's Coy Hill for the championship. Russell's Reserve defending the crown as the 2021 champion of the March Madness Bourbon Bracket Single Barrel Edition. You know the rules. Marissa's going to come down. She's going to pour these up. We got some shot glasses for her this time, so she actually gives us enough bourbon to drink. I left it up to her to choose the stickers. I don't know if you know this. She loves her stickers, loves doing all her scheduling and stuff in her calendar. So she's going to pick the stickers this time. Somebody said, let Marissa pick the stickers. We're going to let Marissa pick the stickers. She's going to pour them up. I'm going to drink them blind. That was my baby screaming in the background on a monitor. And Marissa's sitting here laughing at me. We're going to keep rolling with this because I don't feel like shooting the intro again. Marissa's going to come down. She's going to pour these up. She's going to put them in our blacked out Glencairns. She's going to put our answer key in the middle here. We're going to drink them. We're going to try and guess which one's which. I don't know if I'm going to definitely be able to tell these apart, although I should be able to. Buffalo Trace versus Wild Turkey. I hope I can distinguish the two. We're going to pick a winner to see who's going up against Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. The loser will go up against John J. Bowman in the loser's bracket to see who gets third place. Those are the rules. Let's get into it. Click that like, click that subscribe button, and let's get Marissa over here now.
Hello, hello. Excited that I get to pick the stickers. These are all my stickers that Chris stole just to do bourbon stuff with. So let's see what we got here. I think we should just make it really big and obnoxious. The first glass is going to have this little like periwinkle do all the things sticker. And the next glass is going to have this little mint colored do all the things sticker. Because Chris, Bourbon of the Week himself, does all the things. Do I have matching stickers? No, I don't. That wouldn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, Marissa. No, we're just going to not do that. We are going to do urgent versus important. We have some bourbon. Russell's, my fave. One down, and that is Mr. Important. Urgent. Okay. Just gonna take my stickers with me.
All right, here we go. So, I'll be honest with you. I came down and I saw what was here, but there's one on here that says Supermom. Definitely thought she was going with Supermom, but what do we have? We have urgent and we have important. And this is both urgent and important because who's going to move? She's got this all turned around. She's still looking at them. We have our answer key in the middle. Here's the deal. We've already talked about these bottles, so if you don't know about these bottles, go back and watch the first video on these. Russell's Reserve, this one's like 8 years, 10 months after we did the math already. Blanton Single Barrel Mash Bill, you know all about Mash Bill number 2 on this. Mash Bill number 2? Correct. Mash Bill number 2. Warehouse H, Rick 12, Barrel 279, all of that fun stuff. But which one's going to move on? That's the question. Pause the video right now and comment in the comment section below who you think it's going to be. I ask my Patreons. I ask my Discord people. Russell's Reserve seems to have the edge over the Blantons here, but there's only one way to truly find out. Everybody knows. Time for the traditional sip. Cheers, y'all. Okay, not bad. So here's where I'm at on this. Marissa's favorite is Russell's Reserve. When we first did the Russell's Reserve 10-year review, I used to have Marissa in the videos a lot more often. Realized it's not for her, it's for me. She didn't really love to do it, although she loves to be a part of it. She didn't want to do it weekly, so we put her in as much as we can when she wants to. Now, would her favorite be urgent, or would her favorite be important? And I'm not sure. It's in my head. I'm thinking about it. This initial sip, without trying this second one, seems to be the Blantons to me. Not 100% on that, but it's very typical Buffalo Trace. Very smooth, very easy to drink, not a lot of complexity. Your vanillas, your caramels, your oaks, and that's about it. Delicious, don't get me wrong. People think that because I say the word simple, that it doesn't taste good, and that's just not true. My personal flavor profile, though, is something a little bit more complex. It doesn't have to be crazy complex, but something that offers more than just your traditional vanilla, caramels, and oaks. Let's get into the second glass and let's see if we can confirm that with what we think to be the Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. Okay, definitely a little more oomph, but I'm not positive on this one. I thought I would be able to easily distinguish this. I still think right now it seems this one's a lot lighter when it comes to the flavor profile on it. Still very good, Very easy to drink, very smooth. We're talking about, what's this, 90 proof, 93 proof for the Blantons, and then this is 110 proof over here. Neither of these drink like 110 proof, so that's going to worry me, one, because I thought the 110 proof over the 93 proof would be easy to pick out. But the Russell's Reserve drinks so easy that it probably drinks closer to that 100 proof, 95 proof, that no matter what, it's going to sip closer to something like a 93 proof Blanton's. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell these. I thought I was going to, but let's get back into it. Let's taste some tasting notes, and let's see which one, if we can figure out which one is which. So here's the deal. I actually watched a live stream from Phil and Julie the other night, the Bourbon Van. If you haven't already checked them out, make sure you check them out. They talked about a series that they did a couple of months ago where the entire month they drank nothing but Buffalo Trace. It was all they drank. It was Buffalo Trace, it was Blanton's, it was Mash Bills #1, #2. It was everything that they had from the Buffalo Trace distillery. And a lot of people, whether you know this or not, on YouTube can be very rude in the comment section. A lot of people were saying, well, I can't get these bottles, so this is a dumb video, or to that essence, right? I don't know exactly what they said. I didn't write it. But Phil mentioned it, and he mentioned why they did that series. And they were actually told by Jason from the Mash and Drum that if you want to acclimate your palate to a specific distillery, don't drink anything but that distillery for the entire month. And that's what they wanted to do, and they made content out of it, which is awesome. I loved that entire month of Buffalo Trace products, and it helped them perfect the Buffalo Trace taste. I would love to do that personally because I don't think that I have the Buffalo Trace taste perfected yet. I think I do have the Wild Turkey taste down pretty well. I think if you put Wild Turkey in front of me, at least their standard offerings, the Russell's Reserve, the 10-year, any of the Wild Turkey, the Kentucky Spirit 101, the Rise, anything like that, I think I could pick out that it's Buffalo or that it's Wild Turkey. But for this one against Buffalo Trace, again, right now I'm thinking Wild Turkey over here because of my palate and because of acclimating myself to the Wild Turkey lineup. Yeah, that's Buffalo Trace. That's Russell's Reserve. This is why the blacked out Glencairns, people are like, you could see the color. And again, just more people that are rude in the YouTube comments. And I understand something like when you're doing a blind of two things that are obviously different colors, but normally when they're different colors, there's a reason for that. There's something that you can pick up, whether it's age behind it or proof behind it or something giving it more color than something else. So again, these two are very different when it comes to the color. This is much darker than this Blanton's over here. The Blanton's is only 93 proof. The Russell's is 110 proof. You're talking an 8-year age statement on this one, non-age stated over here on this one. And you could just tell this is super light. This one is super complex. This is super smooth, but it's just not apparent, the flavor profiles in this. They're not in your face. They're not bold. They're not big, anything like that. This is light. People talk about, what's the word that a lot of people use all the time? They call it bright. The word's bright. That's a great word for this. It's very bright, right? It's very sunshiny, daisies. It's easy drinking. It's a spring day. You could drink this outside on a spring afternoon, or something like Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. You got to be in the dead of winter to drink Jack Daniel's Coy Hill outside. You can't drink that outside on a 110-degree day. It'd be too much. But this Blanton's, this glass over here, the Urgent glass, is very easy, very light, very bright. I love everything about it, but do I love it more than the Russell's Reserve, assuming that's what these are? Why does it look like she peeled a sticker off of this one? Am I making that up?
Just done. Okay. Got a little too aggressive.
Anyway, we're going to take our final sips. I already called it. This is the Russell's Reserve. This is the Blanton's. I hope I'm right. I think this one's going to be our winner, not just because it's Russell's Reserve and I want to see Russell's Reserve defend its championship against the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. I do truly think that Russell's Reserve single barrel is better than Blanton's single barrel. And there's another thing out there where there's a lot of videos coming out right now about, what can you get? If you can't find this bottle, grab this bottle instead. And a lot of them I do agree with, but there are a few that I don't agree with, and this is why. Blanton's single barrel, if you're trying to pick up a Blanton single barrel and you want a comparable, I don't think Russell's Reserve is a good comparable just because it's a single barrel or just because it's in the price range. I think it's wildly different when it comes to the flavor profile. I think you're talking another 17 proof difference on this. There are a lot of things that I think you can compare to Blanton single barrel. Maybe not one for one, but something at least close. But a lot of these videos just say like, oh, this has a similar proof point or this has a similar price point, so you should grab this instead of that. And be careful and take everything with a grain of salt because until you try it, if this is truly the flavor profile that you love, you don't want to go out there and just grab a Russell's Reserve single barrel because it's called a single barrel. But I'm not going to go too much into that. You can watch those videos and make your own judgment call on that. I don't know why I paused there. I couldn't think of the word I was getting. But make your own judgment call on that. But just be wary. Reach out. Do a little bit of research. See what has a similar mash bill. I know we don't know the mash bill on this, but it's mash bill number 2, which means it's that 12 to 15% rye range. And I know, again, this is that 12 to 15% rye range, but I promise you these are two vastly different bourbons when it comes to the flavor profile. I hope I'm right here. Because if not, I just talked all about how I know all about Wild Turkey and can get Wild Turkey. And if this isn't Wild Turkey, we're going to have a problem. Let's get our answer key out, though. Let's make sure that we're right on this. Urgent versus important. Russell's versus Blanton's. Going on to the finals against Jack Daniel's Coy Hill is going to be this glass over here, which is our important glass. Important, it's Russell's. Listen, I haven't been wrong yet on any of these. Now, a few of them very easy to tell. Obvious which one the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill is over the John J. Bowman. But like Elmer T. Lee versus John J. Bowman was a close one. Blanton's versus Evan Williams single barrel was a close one. These weren't that close, again, just because I'm so acclimated to the Wild Turkey lineup. But this Russell's Reserve, I mean, if this wins 2 years in a row, there's a reason. It's absolutely fantastic. I think this versus Jack Daniel's Coy Hill is going to be the toughest of the competition that we have so far. So I'm glad to see him in the finals. What do you guys think? But listen, that's where we're going to leave you for this week. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at Bourbon of the Week. Go click that follow button over there. Click that like, subscribe button, turn on notifications over here so you don't miss out on any of this content. If you want to help support the channel financially, check us out on Patreon. That link is in the description below. We do a bunch of good Patreon exclusive stuff. And if you want to come chat with a bunch of bourbon like-minded individuals, check out our Discord. That link is in the description below as well. Please don't drink and drive. Always drink responsibly and stay healthy, stay happy, stay drinking. I'm going to take this one instead. Cheers, y'all. Important.